Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for July 14, 2024, Sunday, for the lower 48 United States here. Thank you for joining me on the Weather Guru. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest interpretation of weather news and weather outlooks in the lower 48 United States. I appreciate your support. Today we're looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook for the United States, the lower 48 here. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there is a relief coming from the heat wave, but it's not coming until Friday, July 19th of this week, the end of the week. We'll return to below normal temperatures for much of the Midwest, the Deep South, and the Mid-Atlantic. And so that's good news, but it will remain above normal here. Out west, as that big ridge of high pressure shoots the heat all the way up, that sinking air, humid air, all the way up into the Seattle, the Cascades, the eastern Washington, in the Idaho, the Bitterroots, the Sawtooth Chains of Montana, Big Sky Country, and all the way back towards the Front Range of Denver, Colorado, and Las Vegas. Record-breaking temperatures are still possible in the high and low deserts of California and the deserts of Arizona and the Four Corners here. It will continue to be hot. And Florida will also continue to swelter. They will get no relief than South Florida, as they got those showers last week. They will not get that relief, as it will continue to be hot in Florida, South Florida, from West Palm Beach all the way down to Miami and the Keys, and also on the west coast of Florida from Tampa and Bradenton all the way down to Naples and Golden Gate, all the way up through 75 through Lake City, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all the way to Pensacola, and over towards the Louisiana coast here, Mobile and Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and over toward New Orleans, just south of New Orleans. It still continue to be sweltering hot. But Texas, some relief for you will be coming on Friday once again. Those below normal temperatures seep into the Red River Valley from Wichita Falls all the way up to Oklahoma City, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, over to Texarkana. You'll get some relief as you continue to recover from some of you guys from the Tropical Storm Burrow. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined the convective outlook for us today. We're going to see it mostly up here in the upper Midwest here. So if you're coming through Chicago, Rockford, South Bend, Hammond, Indiana, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Kalamazoo, over towards down towards Dayton, Cincinnati, Ohio, Columbus. Be very careful here. There's a slight chance of level 2 out of 5 threat, for severe weather. Marginal threat elsewhere outside of that zone from Minneapolis, St. Paul over towards Cleveland. And then we have a slight risk for Dakota here, northern Dakota, on the northern fringes here of Jamestown and Williston, North Dakota, all the way to the Canadian border. So that's what we have. Elsewhere, just general garden variety thunderstorms here, outlined in green here, with no risk of 0 out of 5 here for the rest of the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, and over toward the western frontier states out there towards Colorado and California. So that's what we have as far as the convective outlook here for today. Now, the hazards, like I said, most of it has to do with heat. In this orange here, we continue to have excessive heat advisories here posted for the upper Midwest, from Omaha, Nebraska, excessive heat warnings for that area, the Lincoln, Nebraska, Kearney, down through Kansas, Missouri, St. Louis. And also they have elevated flood watch and flood warning for the river there, between Missouri River there, between St. Louis and Illinois there. And also the flood warnings continue in northern Illinois and northern Chicago suburbs there, from Evanston up to Waukegan, over towards Rockford again. They have a flood watch and a flood warning in the areas for some of those lakes, creeks, and creeks and streams down there, Cherry Lake and stuff. Now down south, heat has always been the story there. No big deal in the Panhandle and the east coast of Florida there. That panhandle will continue up through Charleston, up through Savannah, Charleston, over toward Myrtle Beach. Be careful if you're coming through Wilmington and all those areas, out toward Outer Banks. And excessive heat watch will continue in the Mid-Atlantic, I-95 corridor, from Fredericksburg up through D.C. corridor, Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, Trenton, all those areas under excessive heat watch. Boston is even under, back through the Mass Turnpike, over toward the Berkshires, and down through Connecticut, Hartford Valley, Hartford, Connecticut, and Waterbury. All these areas are going to be under excessive heat watches as it continues to press. We're in the dog days of summer here for this month and the next 3 weeks here, so we just have to see what happens here with that. Now, looking at the tropics are all quiet. No tropical activity expected in the next 7 days for the Atlantic Basin, or the Gulf of Mexico, or the Caribbean Sea, as well as the Pacific Basin. There are a few waves in the Pacific Basin coming off here, as naturally only given a 10% chance to develop by the National Hurricane Center here. But you can see a very vigorous storms here, all firing up here. Along Panama, just south of Panama and Costa Rica. Some heavy rains here could provide flooding rains there, 2 to 5 inches of rain in some of the mountainous areas there of Panama and Costa Rica. So be very careful around there, coming on some of the taking tours of the volcanoes, different places like that. If you're in Panama, be very careful there. Heavy rains are falling with this burst of energy coming across. That could be our next developing tropical depression system coming out the coast there in the eastern Pacific. In the Caribbean, things look quiet. No rain there. A few showers off the coast of eastern Cuba there. Matanzas, Cuba, a few showers affecting the Turks and Caicos, a few showers affecting northern Dominican Republic coast here, and out down the Lesser Antilles, they have a clear and sunny day. Just a few breezes here coming from the northwest here. Showers could approach Barbados here, but nothing really substantial. Down south latitudes here, Trinidad and Tobago, sunny. The ABC Islands look fabulous here. Jamaica, absolutely sunny day, hot day, fabulous conditions there. Cayman, maybe a few stray showers for Little Cayman, but other than that, it's pretty clear as well. Clear in the Gulf of Mexico, that's a great sign. Just a little thunder showers here riding toward the Mexican coast here and the Bay of Campeche. And we have this little trough here still that was giving us that 10% chance of development. That hasn't developed, just bringing the blossom of showers here, producing water spouts a couple 100 miles or so off the Outer Banks coast of North Carolina here. Bermuda looks clear as well. Just that big Bermuda high is in control here, and that easterly flow continues there for them. They'll have a hot day. And then that's pretty much it as far as what we have in the blossom of storms I've already covered over the upper Great Lakes there. So this has been the Weather Guru update for July 14, 2024 for the lower 48, as well as tropical update. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please subscribe. Thank you. Take care.